Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. What can I say about this one? It is so much fun to play and sing. Let's jump in. Alright, so first off, I recommend you get the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description, and that's going to help you follow along and see where the chords and the lyrics line up with each other. And we'll start out with that iconic intro melody played on a Celeste on the recording. It's going to sound like this. I'll quickly mention that these are the underlying chords: G major, E minor, C, and D. So if you were strumming along on guitar, that's what you would play. And we are in 4/4 time, so each of these measures gets 4 counts. Now I'm going to position my left hand up here, an octave above middle C. On the recording, it's actually way up here, but for now I'm going to keep it here so I'm not doing too much leaning. And for the measure of G, we're just going to hit and hold a G for 4 counts. For the measure of E, we're going to hit and hold an E for 4 counts. Now for the C, we're actually going to play fifths, so C and G together. And then on D, we'll just play a D with the 4th finger. But here's all the notes and counts for both hands. So in the bottom there, you can see the G, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C and G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put my hand right here with my first finger on B. So you can see this part is playing on just about every quarter note here, especially in the first 2 measures. So the left hand hits G on beat 1, and then the right hand goes B, D, F sharp on the other counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 4 for fingers. And then when the left hand goes to the E, I'm going to hit a G, F sharp, D, B. So notice that I went up like a B minor chord, up to G, and then I just stepped right back down the same notes, up and down. Now beat 1 of this measure, left hand hits alone on those fifths, and then the right hand does C, D, G. And then at the first count of the last measure here, we're just hitting a D with each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I did hold down the sustain pedal there, so we're still hearing some like G's ringing out at the end. Some people arrange this by adding G's at the end, but I just hear the D. And of course, once you have it down, if you want to perform it way up here, I think it sounds pretty cool. You can just let it sort of ring out until you're ready to start the singing. I don't want a lot for Christmas. Okay, so let's do that first slow verse. Here's the chords for that. I know it looks like a lot, but this first slow verse is like a regular verse and chorus smushed together. And so once we're finished learning this, you'll know a lot of what you need to know for the rest of the song. But we're just going to take this really slow, and it's a lot of just hitting a chord and holding it out. So we're starting with G. So in my left hand, I'm going to do a G down here, 2 octaves below middle C. And the right hand is going to be doing an inversion, B, D, G, 1, 2, 5 for the fingers. And you're just going to hold it out for the 2 measures. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got G over B. The only thing that needs to change is that we're going to do a B bass note with our 3rd finger. It's going to be, there is just one thing I need, 3, 4. Now we can drop right into a C chord here. So we had 1, 2, and 5 here, and now we can just do 1, 3, and 5 with our first finger on the C, C, E, G. Coming up to my 2nd finger here. 1, 2, 3, 4. About the presents underneath the Christmas tree. So C minor over E flat. I'm going to come up to an E flat in my left hand, and from the right hand C major, all we got to do is flat that E to make it a C minor. And once again, we're just going to hold it out for 2 measures of slow 4/4 time. Okay, now we've got a G over D, same G inversion we've been doing, but a D bass note in the left hand. The rhythm gets a little bit trickier here. We've got a measure and a half of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got this B7 here. Left hand's going to do a B, and then we've got A, D sharp, and F sharp. just 2 counts of that. And then that same rhythm sort of repeats here. We've got E minor. So I'm coming up to this E bass note, and then we've got B, E, and G here for a full measure and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C minor 6 over E flat. So to get to that bass note, I'm just going to step my second finger down. Right hand's doing C, E flat, and an A this time. So again, that line's going to be, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Now we're going to drop into this G over D. But this time I'm doing a higher end version of the G because we get this really nice little upward motion from the E minor. Da, da, da. Really cool and uplifting feeling. Then we've got this E7 flat 9. Really cool chord there. And it's an easy transition from that inversion of the G. The outside notes are going to stay the same. And then we're going to add an F and a G sharp. I'm going to come all the way down to this low E bass note. And let's just finish out this line here. We've got a A minor 7, so A bass note, and then C, E, G, essentially just a C major triad in the right hand, and then C minor over D. So once again, to get that C minor chord, we just got to flat the E, but coming up to a D bass note this time in the left hand. I'll play through all that in a second, but I just want to mention a couple other things. For the E7 flat 9, there's this cool thing that happens where they basically sort of just arpeggiate it going upwards, hit an E up here, and then a high E there. So you can throw that in if you'd like. I am going to. I also want to mention throughout this song, there's a lot of C minors over E flat. And I only write the C minor 6 over E flat when we want that high A because we're leading into that high inversion of the G. But all the other times you can add that A in lower, like that. I don't always hear that very obviously in the recording, and I'm mostly just going to be doing the C minor. But in this first slow verse in that second line, I do hear it. So I'm going to add that in. That is optional. You can take or leave those low A's. Here's what we have so far, and I'm singing in an octave lower. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is... So you're just going to hold out that C minor over D as long as you want. All right, so this section is really fun. This is where it kicks into the faster tempo. We're going to do a little bit different inversions just for this little section here. It's only right hand. We have a root position G, GBD, and that's for a measure 1, 2, 3, 4. To get to the E minor, we just got to move the D up to an E. I'm probably going to switch to my second finger there. To get to the C, we just got to move that middle note to a C. Now for this D chord, you could hop up here and do D, F sharp, A. On the recording, you can definitely hear a high octave there, so if your hand can stretch it, you can do that. So take your pick there, and that is when we are going to bring the left hand in. And for that, I'm going to do D octaves there to get a nice big sound. And let's talk about the rhythm. On the recording, of course, it goes... It's too fast for me. I am not as fast a piano player as whoever was on the studio recording, and I'm guessing you aren't either. But if you are, it's just these really fast triplets. Triplet, 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 triplet. So you end up doing 12 hits per measure. But I'm just going to do quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So to do this rhythm, you need eighth notes. So we're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're not playing on count 1, but we're slamming every single other count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So one more time on this. for Christmas. Okay, so we are in the second verse. Here's the chords for that. We have already learned them all, although I'm going to do the G up here an octave higher than we were doing for the slow verse, and I'm just going to do quarter note chords in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it's 4 measures of G, and then 2 measures of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, C minor over E flat. And then it repeats back around. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. In terms of the rhythm, I'm going to add some offbeat eighth note hits in the left hand to give it some more energy. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you can throw in as many of those as you like or skip them entirely. Next up, we've got the chorus. Here's the chords for that, and it's a lot of the same stuff we did in that slow verse as well. So G, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with that B7, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's C minor 6 up to this higher G inversion. I'm crossing my thumb under G over D, 2, 3, 4. There's that E7 flat 9. We don't have to do that thing this time. Just pulse on it on the quarter notes. Then A minor 7. So just like before, C minor over D. And then the only thing that's different here is this part. G, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing that inversion of G, 2, 3, 4 down to E minor. So just the D becomes an E. So B, E, and G. 2, 3, 4. A minor 7. And then up to D. So this time after the first chorus, it does that same 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again, but you could keep it as simple as you need. To give the chorus a little bit more energy and bounce, I'm going to do quarter notes in the left hand as well. Maybe just doing a little bit of eighth notes in the right hand as well in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Just doing it on my first finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. So I'm going to switch back to the other rhythm here. You, baby, oh, I won't ask. Okay, so then we are in the third verse. That verse is just like the second verse, just different lyrics. Then we are on to the second chorus, just like the first chorus. The only difference is the D at the end. I am not going to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm just going to keep pulsing on the quarter notes, and I probably will just do a root position D triad there. And that's going to be going into the bridge. So let me take you from just the last bit of that chorus. All I want for Christmas is you. You, baby. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. Okay, so we are now in the bridge. Here's the chords for that. There's not really new chords here. I am going to do octaves in my left hand to give it more power. And I'm going to continue with that chorus rhythm of just doing the full-on pulses. So we've got B7, 2, 3, 4, B7, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4. And it does that twice. And the sound of children's laughter fills the air. One thing you can do that only happens on the first time is just this little stepping down on the way to the E, although I'm going to jump up to the high E when I get there, but it's just going to be B, A, G, F sharp, E. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The chord voicings in this next line will be familiar. It's that C minor 6 for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go to that higher inversion of the G with the D bass note here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So now all the other times we've done that E E7 flat 9. I don't hear the flat 9 this time, so I'm just going to leave that out, and we can just voice the E7 like that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're on Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? So A minor 7, same way we've been doing it. And then C over D. So this time it's a C major in the right hand with a D in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be going into the fourth verse. Let me play that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air, and all they want is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Okay, and that would be going into the fourth verse. Here's the chords for that. Same thing as the other verses, it just doesn't repeat. It just goes through it one time. And I'm just gonna add one extra thing here. You can throw this in throughout, but when you're going from the C to the C minor over E flat, you can do this little bass line. It's actually what the backup vocals do a lot of the time, but C, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. So you just step down B, C, D, E flat. If you do this, I think it is nice to do second figure on the E flat. The time there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we are in the final chorus. This chorus is almost the same as the other choruses, but the middle line ends a little different. Make my wish come true, all I want for Christmas. So it's just going to hold this C minor over D for about 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this D is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's for the is. The rhythm's hard. Is. You'll figure it out. And then it lands on the you, baby. And then we go into the outro, which is just that last line I just did. Over and over again. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. All I want. So on the recording, it just fades out here. Hard to do when it's just you and piano. So after I go around a few more times, I'm going to just end on a G. So the last time, all I want for Christmas is you, baby. You could do a lower end version if you want, maybe do an octave, maybe do a little bit of that, but then the song is over. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. I am now going to do a full playthrough so you can see how all the parts fit together in the complete song. Now, I'm going to be singing it an octave lower, but this is in the original key, so you can sing it up in Mariah's register if you can do it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this one. Okay, here's my version of All I Want for Christmas Is You. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I stars won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. You, baby. I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. And I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. I won't make a list and send it to the North Pole for Saint Nick. I won't even stay awake to hear those magic reindeer click. 'Cause I just want you here tonight, holding on to me so tight. What more can I do, baby? All I want for Christmas is you. You, baby. All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air. And everyone is singing, I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just wanna see my baby standing right outside my door. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true, baby. All I want for Christmas is you. Baby, all I